Previously on the last door. Jeremiah Devitt, alerted by the suicide and mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechworth, went in search for the memories of his past that he had lost. My throat's already giving out. Sorry, hold on a second. Devitt discovered that in school he had taken part in a strange experiment. Its goal was to peek through the veil, the thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watch of the Eye of the Bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug they had used back then. The serum made Devitt's mind travel for a few hours to the dreamlike realm of the Veil. There he met his old classmate Alexander Dupree, who urged Devitt to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the Bird. I am so sorry. What is going on with my throat? I tried to warm up beforehand. When Devitt woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's words. He traveled to Dupree's house, where he discovered his friend had dosed himself with the new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. This new drug was capable of transporting to the mind permanently to the Veil and beyond. Finally, Devitt found a vial of the serum and had it injected. He met his friend again in the Veil, and together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eyes. Devitt's therapist, Dr. John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague, Professor Johann Kaufmann, an expert in the occult. Yeah, so I assume we're going to be playing either John or Johann here. Searching Anthony Beechworth's house, Wakefield and Kaufmann found a disturbing returned letter in which Anthony had tried to warn Alexander Dupree of what could happen if the door was opened. He feared something from the other side might then come to ours. They are coming. None of us could ever prepare for this. Uh-oh. Starting off immediately, are we? The visions, screaming, were merely a warning. Oh, this is freaking me out already. And now it is too late. They are coming. Cut away? Cut away! Oh, new intro. Same theme, but new intro. As I mentioned last time, the soundtrack is incredible. Carlos Viola, shout out to you, man! Sorry, I thought I heard something knocking. This is good warm-up for me. Oh, wow. The last door. Oh, I'm excited. My throat's trying to kill me, but I am excited. Last night I had the nightmare again. But this time it was different. This time he talked to me. It was the same unknown street, void of any sound and life. Oh boy. I suspect we're gonna get birded. I walked aimlessly, as if I were lost. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping of wet cobblestones, the familiar sound of approaching, limping footsteps. Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't like this. I can't move. Hi? Oh, it's just a person on a crutch. Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly. Unrelentlessly? Like he was expecting something. Hi? This time he spoke. Give me back what he took. Nothing else. Ooh. Give me back what he took. I don't like that it's black. I don't like that it's quiet. Okay. Last time we were in a dream sequence, we got jump scared by the eye of the bird. No, I have fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn already. It is time. Okay, so... Whoop. It was several months since Kaufman and I had found that mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house. A letter never sent with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the addressee, Alexander Dupree. We felt sure Dupree was the key to finding my patient and friend, Jeremiah Devitt, who had disappeared under such strange circumstances. Troubled by the death of his friend Anthony, Devitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me in his deep concerns and warned that I should conduct any investigations with utmost discretion. He pursued his own research, though his thoughts and methods remained a secret. In his last letter, he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that Alexander had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm this hypothesis and, if it proved correct, to gather whatever other information might arise. So I was right to have my warning about bad mental health representation, because it's a Lovecraft story. There's going to be madness. London, East Hill. That is a very janky looking map. Does this mean we're going to travel? Season 2, Episode 1, The Playwright. So I was right, we're playing John. So this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find information on Alexander Dupree here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss the latest news in town. Sea monster found in St. Ives. News on the case of the... what's that, ambassador? Canada elects new prime minister. Minister? What can you tell me about this building? The asylum? Never been inside, and I hope I never will. It's full of crazies, you know. Have you seen anything unusual around here? No, but maybe if you bought a newspaper. Sure, let's buy a newspaper. Will you give me a newspaper? Yes, sir, it's 6 pence. I'm afraid I don't have 6 pence. Can you make change for a shilling? I'm sorry, I can't, sir. But you know where you can find me if you have the coins. Oh boy, first puzzle, buying a newspaper. About the asylum. If you bought it, they just won't tell me anything unless I buy a paper. Alright, well, step 1, scour the streets for any loose change. Oh. Alright, guess we're going in. I'm newspaperless. Bereft of paper. Okay, there's something this way. Cardboard sheets lie on the bench. It shows perfectly symmetric design in black ink. For a second I thought that was Jeremiah. The clothing looked similar to me. Good morning. Ah yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight of quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon? The light. It makes everything look different. You see, light touches things, soaks into them, and changes their nature. It makes them shimmer or makes them die. Do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is a generous benefactor to East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They are just incapable of appreciating my art, or any art. Oh, that's... They mistake it for insanity. Oh, that is a little too real. What are you drawing there? I am not just drawing, my friend. I am trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed, so they take them away. They take my drawings and they study them and they laugh because my eyes can see the light and theirs are blind. But someday everyone will understand. Who are they, the ones who take your art away? Ah, those foolish caretakers. They hide behind a big mirror where they think themselves safe. They look at me, they observe me, they even take notes. You have some curious drawings there beside you. Oh, you mean those? They are the only art that makes any sense here. The doctors use them to cajole some patients into revealing inner truths. I won't return them to the doctors until they've returned the art they've stolen from me. I see. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alexander Dupree? Misspelled Alexander. The name does not ring a bell. I have not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. Some have been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others, the brutes that keep us here. The white coats. Anyone who knows that reference, cookies to you. Ah, fuck my throat. Whoops, shit. Did not want to click that. I wanted to click. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? I suspect they're somewhere in the archive, since I've seen confiscated items taken there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of the guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry. If you could recover my drawings, I would be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. Well then. Have a nice day. Just want to... Please do not touch them. I just wanted to look at them. But alas, the game won't let me observe art. And once again, already in a some big Lovecraft themes going on here is that anyone who has read Call of Cthulhu, dreams were often... There were often dreams of Cthulhu's awakening in R'lyeh, and the ones who had the most vivid dreams were artists and poets. Large door made of strong metal. This must lead to a secure ward of the hospital. That sounds like somewhere I should go. Kind of interesting that they left the door open. Good morning, madam. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I am a psychiatrist. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we are lacking experts like you. What do you mean you lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now very few remain. But we have a responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out living out with the proper people. We must keep ourselves safe and our patients too, of course. I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name is Alexander Dupree. Did you perchance ever meet him? Alexander Dupree. Yes, there was that one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly, an educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sorry, I can't remember much. There have been so many people here, it is hard to keep track. Have you worked here for long? Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here, and the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore, but we have our duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients? May I request access to the Institute's archives? There should be some information there about the man I am looking for, Mr. Dupree. I'm sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find so much in any case. It is a long time since they have been organized. I'm sorry, sir. The archive is off limits. Okay. So she's out of touch with the world, as there's literally a newspaper stand right outside. So I assume that's going to be important. Oil picture painting Dymphna, patron saint of the psychiatrists, but also of those who suffer neurological disorders and victims of incest. Oh, good lord! I should put that in the content warnings. She was killed by her own father, who chopped off her head after she refused to marry him when her mother died. This must be the recreational wing where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps here I can find someone who met Alexander Dupree when he was institutionalized. Marble bust of Hygieia, Greek goddess of physical and mental health. I don't recall these, that goddess. Is that a real thing? A sunny beach lapped by the waves of a gentle sea. A cheerful pastoral scene. Warm decoration of this room suggests a great deal of sensitivity to the patient's moral needs. Man wearing worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. Excuse me, sir. I could not help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You do not want to talk to You do not want to talk to a coward such as myself. Someone who broke on the battlefield, maybe? Warm decoration of this room suggests a great... we saw that. Variety of old-fashioned landscapes that portray nature as tame and welcoming. Oh, is that, that kind of looks like the woman who, was in the intro. Good morning, madam. My name is Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. The rumbling. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. Madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? The rumbling. I am looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him? A nihilist glaze. I'm looking for a man that you may have met. His name is Alexander Dupree. Uh-oh. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupree's name. She must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Good morning. I am a psychiatrist, Dr. Wakefield. Quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I am looking for a former patient of this institution. His name is Mr. Dupree. Smash, smash, smash. Oh, sorry. I am sorry, sir. I've never heard that name before. Maybe one of your senior colleagues would know something about this former patient. Well, you could ask Miss Riswell in the entrance hall. She has been here for years. Maybe too long. You know, we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum's premises. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try to keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. The asylum is quite big, but I can't help noticing there aren't many patients around. They didn't die, did they? Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it is true that there are not many patients at present. But there are even fewer of us caretakers now. We are only 3 for the whole hospital. Oh, good God. For what I've been told, in the old times, the income was enough to provide for everything we needed. A complete staff, proper accommodation for the patients, and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon everyone started leaving, and this is what remains. Well, thank you in any case. I will leave you to work in peace. Huh. So basically they got bullied out by a bigger institution. It's like, is it a private institution maybe that got, like, something that's more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It sounds like capitalism happened, is what I'm trying to say. Possibly a bigger institution that's much more heavy security. Probably doesn't treat people nearly as well as here. There's a thin piece of metal holding the window open. Whoa! Hi? Didn't mean to disturb you. Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. There's a man on the other side, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. I assume that, he can't hear me through the mirror. Window is closed abruptly. Looks like a therapy log. Edward Rohn, 27, acute dementia. September 25th, 1891. So this was a few months ago. Because, Season 1, Episode 1, started in October. Mr. Rohn's condition has degenerated since the last session. He is restless, as if the morphine had no effect on him. For the last week, he has been obsessive, troubled for reasons unknown. September 25th, the patient's dosage has been doubled to no effect. September 29th, Dr. Wendell has been attacked and bitten in the face. 4 men were needing to subdue the patient, Mr. Rohn. 3 markings were found on his body upon examination. Self-harm is a possible cause. October 3rd, Mr. Rohn is getting better day by day, both physically and mentally. His habits have changed considerably. He now shows an interest in religion and spends his time murmuring prayers, albeit ones unknown to my colleagues and me. I'm guessing maybe he knew Alexander. Maybe Alexander converted him. I also just realized I have a piece of metal in my inventory. Sir? Leave me alone. I am just a coward. No. Okay. Still can't go over there, I assume. Our work here takes a great deal of discipline, Mr. Wakefield. As I'm sure you appreciate, it is rewarding in itself, but oh, I do wish I had something to occupy my mind more, to help me pass the time. How that would ease my burden. I shall not bother you then. Okay, so I definitely need a newspaper. I know that much. Wonder if I can use that to fish one out of somewhere. Nothing new with him. This key doesn't go here, right? No. Alright, let's explore the streets. And full disclosure, I will be looking at a walkthrough if I start getting stuck, just because I don't want to spend too much time on stream faffing about if I don't know what I'm doing. Just because it's... How do I put this? I'm trying to do a lot at once, basically, and also I get really cranky when I'm lost. So I just want to... If I need to give myself a hint to keep things moving so it doesn't turn boring, then I will. Okay, nothing here. Can I give him a piece of metal? No. I'm just quickly doing another sweep before I try anything. Not gonna let me in there. No. Oh, won't even let me go behind the counter. What the hell? Alright, it is odd that the only window is shuttered. The curtain casts a mottled shadow over this corner of the room. She say anything? Miss Coney is very upset. Please do not distress her further. Okay. So, nothing new there. Oh. I thought I had something for a second. That's a therapy log. I do kind of question if he is actually improving or if this is just a sign of something worsening, or maybe it is like Call of Cthulhu where he got worse and then got better out of nowhere. Alright, I'm gonna check the walkthrough. Just to get a tiny hint, because I feel like I've swept through everything. Blah 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 blah. Oh, there's something in the observation room that I missed. Oh, somehow I completely missed that. A glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There's a coin resting at the bottom. Yoink! And let me guess, it's a sixpence? Half a shilling, that is sixpence. Haha! I can get a paper now. Take my money, good sir. I would like a newspaper. Sixpence, is it? Here. Thank you, sir. Alright, first let's read it ourselves. Today's Illustrated London News. First headline is about a grim case. Scotland Yard keeps its silence about our ambassador of Turkey, found dead last Saturday under mysterious circumstances. Our sources suspect he may have been murdered. The second, sea monster found in St. Ives. What remains of a serpent from the deep were found on the beach early yesterday morning. It is suspected that they come from a seaside museum in Spain, destroyed a month ago by sea waves during a terrifying storm. Cthulhu? There's another drawing advertising an operetta called Love Brushstrokes. Okay. I don't know if any of that's relevant to our quest, but I'm pretty sure I need to give her the newspaper. Because she said she didn't, she regretted not having any info about the outside world. Oh, I thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. And maybe while she's distracted, I can get into the archives? This is the hospital archive where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupree was really committed at East Hall, his file should be here somewhere. It has been a long time since this desk was last used. It is covered in discarded papers, of pens, and a noticeable layer of dust. Nope, can't take pens or anything, okay? The drawers are all locked. Drawers are all locked. Maybe that's what the key went to. Let's see what everything else is first. This cabinet contains many documents detailing the treatment of patients ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. His file is right here. Dupree, Alexander, room 108A. I'm going to write that down just for safety. Come on, wake up, Remarkable. I love Remarkable's tablets, but they're a little fussy. just growing pains. And my scribbles from last week are still here. Alright, this room 108A. All the files are missing, as if they had been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains with an address written on it. Paul Street 26. Could that be where Alexander Dupree lived before he was committed to this hospital? Paul Street. I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. So it's added to the map. Haha! Yeah, the scope of this is definitely way bigger than Season 1. I wonder what the gap was between seasons 1 and 2. Let's see. All the dates of this cabinet are prior to 1870. I'm looking for a more recent file. Okay, so... metal locker. Small sign reads seized objects. Ah, that might be where the key goes. Let's try it. Haha! Some personal effects probably sent in by the patient's families, but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of paper, carelessly bound together, bearing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. That sounds like our guy's paintings. And we lost the key, so we can't, I thought it might have been to these drawers, but we found what we were looking for. It's too bad you can't, like, close the door behind you, because they think she's gonna know that I was in there. Hey buddy, look what I got. Here, are these your drawings? Great wonder, they're back! Someday they will understand light and shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no more need of them. Cardboard sheets? Are they... a few folded cardboard sheets, each one with a large symmetric patch of black ink in the middle. I've heard of this technique, but I always thought it an eccentricity. Patients are supposed to see in them the deeper causes of their ailment. Ah, Rorschach stuff. This is the first card. The shapes look organic. Almost like insects. They do look like insects. I would say this could be a face. That looks like the mask of the witnesses. Here's the part where I potentially traumatize some people. I'm going to play around with the Rorschach cards. See what happens if I show them to random patients. Nope. Can I show them to him? Nope. Can I show them to the poor guy in the observation room? I don't know if he can see me through the glass, but nope. Alright. Well, we've found a new location, so we may as well try there. Actually, before we go, one last thing I want to try. It's a long shot. I doubt it's going to work, but it's a puzzle game, and you win 0 of the shots you don't take. No. See, that was the thing that kept happening my first time playing many years ago, Season 1, whereas they would, sometimes you get the X, and then sometimes the character would go towards the area and then say, oh, I can't do anything with that. And that drove me crazy. Alright, let's check out Paul Street. Ominous. Bork, bork. This door is number 24. I'm looking for number 26. So probably this one? Number 26. This is the place I was looking for. But the door is bricked up. I must find another way to get in. Probably those windows. The windows are so thoroughly cemented over that it almost mixes with the facade. Huh. Is that where, the ruins of an old chapel apparently destroyed by fire. Oh boy. Wonder if this is where the, introductory scene took place. Where she was boarding up the windows. Mess of wooden planks and remains of benches and chairs. Take some wooden planks? Nope. No interest in taking a wooden plank. What kind of adventure game protagonist are you? Also, I hear whispering this way. There's a crow. There's someone on their knees praying. Their face is covered by a hood. Hi. Bye. I don't trust like that. What, just not going to disturb them? Okay. Improvised altar covered in candles. With this candle I may light my way back through the dark. Okay. So we have a light source. Uh-oh. Hole in the wall. Looks like this hole leads to the building next door. Oh boy. There's gonna be some scary shit in here. Did I just hear wings fluttering? That's definitely wings. The eye of the bird. This must be the interior of the bricked up building I saw on the street. Mr. Dupree's former residence. I don't like this. I cannot tell who is depicted in the portrait since it is so badly damaged. It seems someone crushed it into the floor. There's something among the ashes. It's a piece of paper. Feed something? Looks like some sort of some kind of message, but it's only halfway there. The paper has been carefully burnt. I assume it's something in Latin. Trying to place what that sound is. It sounds like maybe something in the flue. There's a piece of paper on the table. I don't trust pieces of paper. The jump scares always come when you put the paper down. Paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems as if half of it is missing. Can these two go together? Aha! This is strange. I have put both halves back together, but some letters seem to be missing from the right half. The message does not make any kind of sense. Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice. Few books remain in the shelf, mostly doubtful treatises in chemistry and alchemy. Among the titles are Trithemius's De Lapide Philosophico, Gebers de Inventione Veritatis. I apologize if I'm pronouncing these wrong. The anonymous work of Turba Philosophorum and Ludwig Prin's Mysteries of the Worm. Large metal safe. Looks like the safe is working fine. I should give it a try. Oh. I think I know. Okay, so I assume I'm going to need to find a third number, but I see 6, 5 are highlighted. If we know your Roman numerals. Either that or 515, but that would seem strange. Alright, let's look around for more numbers. Door is bricked up. Nothing in there? Okay. Man in high-rank uniform, he's missing an arm. Were there any numbers in here? I don't know if that actually signifies anything. Well, let's see what happens. I'll try both. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try 6, then 5, 1. I don't know. I might be also be doing this wrong. Just to play safe. Okay, the walkthrough just gives me the combination, but I want to figure out why I know that. Maybe it's... Does it say how I know this? I'm gonna check another walkthrough just to see if it tells me what I'm looking for. I don't want to just put in the code without knowing why. There's something on the mantle. Ah, a military medal. There's relief of Her Majesty the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of the battles unknown to me. I'll take this. Maybe it will mean something to one of Alexander's fellow patients in the hospital. Worn military medal. Engraved text reads, for distinguished conduct in the field. Plus, there's relief of the words Victoria, Regina, et Imperatrix. There are also a number of metal pieces with the names of battles. Lang's Neck, Schwinschukte, and Majuba Hill. I apologize, I mispronounced those terribly, and probably. Alright, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and enter the combination that they give me, but none of the walkthroughs say how I'm supposed to know this, beside the one, okay. It's 6145. It is empty. Wait, this is not a safe, but an entrance to a passage. It is completely dark. The only way I'll know where it leads is by crawling in. Oh boy! That's the source of the sound. What is that? Strange machine built out of wood, steel, and glass. I wonder what its function could be. This looks like a scare in the works. There was someone sitting here wearing a horrible mask and a yellow robe. He is not moving. Ah! I don't know why that scared me. It is only a yellow robe. There is no body inside at all. What can be the meaning of this? Well, I have the mask now. Uh-oh. Hello? Hi! Never seen before. Okay, I'm getting out of here. That was disturbing. I feel like she's gonna start chasing me. I still hear fluttering wings in here. Alright, back to East Hill. Yeah, really quickly. Just want to see if this means anything to our artist. This seems to be important to solve the mystery surrounding Devitt's disappearance. I should keep it to show to Kaufman when we meet again. Okay. I should mail to him. This medal. I had one just like this after it. I got it after the battles of Lang's Neck and Majuba Hill in 1881, a decade ago now. For distinguished conduct in the field, it said. What a farce. So you were in the army, as I thought. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Conghill. Conghill? Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry. Are you another one of those alienists? Do you doctors not realize that cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? The doctors say I suffer from a nervous disorder. I believe this is a term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say. But I know the true name of my sickness. It is pure cowardice. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. His name is Alexander Dupree. Yes, I did know a man by that name. We met briefly. He was here when I arrived. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates, but he kept his own to himself. We talked a lot. He was very close to Miss Kone, too. I think they got here at the same time, but when he left, he did so alone. I wonder what has become of him since. Who is this Miss Coney? She is a patient here. The lady with the tempestuous character. You may have encountered her already. She has not been the same since Mr. Dupree left, you know. She always sits to the side, alone and silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all, even if you tried. She sees things, or at least she thinks she does. What did you talk about, you and Mr. Dupree? We talked about my time in the south of Africa. I don't like to talk about that, but he somehow made me want to. He was persuasive. He was very interested in one specific story, almost obsessive about it. He wanted to know every little detail. Could you tell me that story? I'm trying to find a patient of mine who has gone missing, and this is my only hope of finding him. I don't like to relive those memories. A missing patient, you say? Alright, maybe my story will be of some use then. It happened during the Battle of Majiba Hill. I am sure you heard of it, in March of 81. The attack of the Boer army had taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. We quickly found ourselves alone, just a few men lost in the barren plain. But I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you certainly aren't. Please continue. Ooh, we get visuals. As I said, we were few, and we were sure the army was lurking out there. In the cold air of dusk, a thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Oh boy. Nice dramatic musical sting. Oh, I'm interacting. Then the others started to disappear in the fog, which was getting thicker and thicker. I could still hear their footsteps for a while. Then nothing. I miss it. Shit. Gotta read faster. I felt something in there, not far. A murmur or beating. Something alive, waiting. Shit! Slow down! All of a sudden I felt something in the mud. A body. They were all there, dead. Only Captain Skid was missing. Oh boy. I don't like this. Hello. What the hell? Then the mist cleared out. Really? I got blue-balled by a jump scare? Really? What had happened? I never knew for certain. I didn't see anything. Or if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What happened to Captain Skid? When he finally regained consciousness, it was like someone else looked out at us through his eyes. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. I know he came back to London. Mr. Dupree asked me of his whereabouts. Maybe he tried to contact him to hear the rest of the story. He was quite preoccupied by it. Do you know where I can find Captain Skid? Last I heard from fellow veterans, he had lost himself to a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and bad company. This downward spiral led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir, a dirty hole deep in St. Giles' rookery, known as the Crimson Nest. Mayhap you'll find him there, alive even if you're lucky. Oh, I thought you were saying he was buried. Here, this is a picture of our regiment. You can see him here. Okay, new location get. St. Giles. Yeah, I was a little distracted trying to read so fast, but I definitely saw the figure in the fog who looked like he was, like, twisting back and forth. I may have to go back and look at that in the VOD. Can I talk to her now? Nope. Show her the mask? Shit! Did not expect that. It's the isolation ward for you this time. Face of the playwright! The face of the playwright! Well then. So that's why I got blue-balled by that jump scare, because there was another one waiting for me. Sergeant Congill, please leave me be. Memories of war are painful. I don't want to remember them ever again. So I assume I need to go out to the isolation ward. Oh, hello. She finished reading. That poor woman. They must have taken her to the isolation ward. Oh, nothing new there. Yeah, that poor woman indeed. Let's check out our new location. St. Giles. This is long. I'm wondering if this might be a three-parter, or even just for the whole Halloween. I was hoping to do other horror games, but not that I'm not liking this one. This is the slum of St. Giles. The Crimson Nest shouldn't be far. I don't like that they call it a nest in a world where birds are such a thing. Also, I have to say, the face of the playwright. It occurs to me that in episode 3 last season, Jeremiah was invited to a play called The Four Witnesses, and that's how he ran into Alexander again. So I guess Alexander's a playwright? Or worked with the playwright? I feel like the creepy ginger... Hello? Ah. We're encountering the guy with the limp. Oh boy. This man, he looks like the man from my nightmares. He's blind in one eye. The empty socket glistens in the lamplight. He seems to want something from me. In my dream, he said, "Give me back what he took." No. He looks at the mask for a second, only to stare at me again. "Give me back what he took," he said in my nightmare. No. No. Well, need more clues then, I guess. I'm guessing it's in the isolation ward. But how do I get in? That is the question. Light. It floods the world with shades. Okay, nothing new for him. Oh! Well, I guess they did say they were understaffed. Pounding. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of that. Really? I can just go in? Hello, my name is Wakefield. The butterfly is not what it seems. Excuse me, but what butterfly? There is more after the scarab. Okay. This room is very overgrown. Curious. Oh, I should look at the 104A. What was Dupree's room? 108A. I'm seriously expecting something to jump out at me from one of these doors. An old pendant on the dresser. It looks valuable. Why is it so quiet in here? Really sounds every time like the pounding is right there in that room. Impressive painting of a lovely maiden. It is equipped with a fitting magnificent frame. Mirror covered in dust. I wonder what things have been seen in this room. Is this a patient's room? An expensive looking piece of furniture. There is nothing to it. Really quickly. 106A. Oh boy. That looks bricked off. It is eyeless but not blind. The door is closed for good with bricks. Like, They were pretending it never existed. They don't even try to disguise it. And I'm guessing this is 108A? 108A. The face of the playwright. Shut and locked. There's no way to open it. It will come after us. Isolation cells. I see. So this is like a general inmate's quarters. Can I chisel at it? Yeah, no. That's the wrong room. Anything I can do with this? No. This? The scarab is not what it seems. It looks like a fly, but it is not. Huh. Do I need to catch the butterfly slash scarab slash whatever? If I can even see. I don't see like any pixels buzzing around. Rorschachs? Oh, hey! Is this the butterfly you talked about? It displays its beautiful colors, fills your eyes with awe, but it is only a show. Behind the veil, its body crawls on the dirty ground, hides in the darkness, and transforms, another of its lies. So what would this be? Its dark body creaks and rustles with its blind movements. Slowly, step by step, it gets closer and closer and closer and closer. What about this one? It will come, whatever you do. It will cry out loud, looking at you from everywhere at the same time. What about this one? Him. Him? His mask. My mate from the other room used to scream at night. Always told us he could feel something under his bed. A presence. An eyeless gaze. No. That's something under his bed. No bed in here. Is it the next room over? Could this be the room of the patient's mate who was afraid of a presence under his bed? Ooh. That was a very unsettling sound also. Does this get me into Dupree's room? Hey, hey! Alright, what do we got? Something written on the wall. One of them came last night. I knew what it actually was because of the sign it carried, the sign of the eye. I killed it and hid it well. If more come, they will not find their friend nor its eye. Doubt anyone has slept in this place in a long time. Okay, but can I investigate the bed? Whoop! Seems one of the tiles is loose. Can't get it out with my bare hands. It's too heavy. Piece of metal. Okay, I'll take it. Something here, half buried under the tile, rather. Hello. Is that a crow with an eye in its mouth? It is a long dead bird, just feathers and bones. It is holding something in its beak. Glass eye. Oh. Dirty and horribly deformed glass eye. It is a glass eye. That's probably what the guy wanted. I'm half expecting the crow to still be alive for some reason. Anything else in here? No. Alright, let's go give the injured guy back his eye. I don't know if he wants it after it's been buried and, like, half broken after so long, but it's the principle of the thing, right? And off he goes. Step garump, step garump, step garump. Side note, I feel like that's a thing. I think it was from a book on reading Rainbow. There was this story of a kid who was scared of a man with a pegged leg and described the cadence of his steps as step garump, step garump. Does anyone happen to know what book that was? This must be the Crimson Nest. I've heard of such places where people lose their minds to opium shipped from the Orient. I never thought I would set foot in one. I have to admit I'm twitching slightly at the wording, but I do have to remember this is set in the 1800s. Please wake up, dear. Please wake up. Uh-oh. Addict completely asleep. Man with lost gaze, his mouth open. What is the matter, madam? My husband, he is unconscious. Please, dear, wake up. I am a doctor. Let me see him. I am so sorry. He is not breathing and has no pulse. Your husband passed away hours ago. No. No. It can't be. Madam. I'm late. This time I couldn't save him. What do you mean this time? I discovered my husband's addiction to this hellish drug they call opium months ago. At first I thought he was sick. I saw him grow thinner every day. Then I discovered he was visiting this place. I was very worried. I tried to dissuade him, but he wouldn't listen. The addiction was stronger than he was. At times he was away for days. I would come here and find him passed out. The only way I could wake him was to put these smelling salts under his nose. Now it's too late. Here, take the vial. Maybe you will be in time to save another soul from this curse. Okay, so we have a vial of smelling salts. That could always be useful. Pungent fragrance of lavender smelling salts clears the brain, steadies the nerves, and counteracts faintness and weariness. It is invigorating, always a delight and a comfort. Kind of messed up. Woman looking at the roof with her eyes going white. She's muttering some ramblings. Doesn't say what those ramblings are. Short-haired woman smoking without worry. Hello, I'm looking for a man who I believe frequents this establishment. A war veteran from the south of Africa called Skid. He is writing on a slate. Can you understand what I'm saying? He has written can't hear. So I suppose I should communicate with him by writing on the slate. Looking for Captain Skid. Don't know. He doesn't know the captain's name then. Okay. Words are not enough. So, either he doesn't know, or I need to find a way I can... Oh! Duh, I have his photo. He's written something else. Object of value. What does he mean by that? Does he mean he wants me to bribe him? I have to admit, I usually don't like playing puzzle games, like, at least, like, with a sense of urgency, like, on a stream, just because sometimes I get completely lost with puzzles and miss something obvious, but sometimes I have moments like that, and it's like, hey, I feel smart. Man is curled up over a blanket, trembling as if he was freezing. Could be an effect of the drug. Man lying on his breath, his breathing raspy and layered with phlegm and other liquids. Smoke has eaten away at his lungs. The young couple seems to have come together and to enjoy this despicable vice. And who's that back there? The musician is intoxicated with the drug smoke that fills the air. The repeated arrangement gives a sensation that time flows slowly. Oh, so he's literally just providing the music here. Alright, Captain Skid. Table with several opium pipes on top. Some of them have been used recently. Chinese screen with floral ornament. Oh god. Hopefully he's alive. It's Captain's kid, no doubt. He's unconscious, but he still breathes. Time to wake up. You alright, buddy? What's the matter? Who let you in? Get out! My name is Wakefield. I need to talk to you. Are you Captain Skid, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry? That title belongs to me no more. Who are you, and what do you want from me? Leave me alone with my misery. A soldier that used to serve under your command told me I might find you here. William Congill. Ah, yes, I remember him. We served together. I've made many mistakes trying to forget those years of my life. Now I'm afraid those memories will follow me to my grave. I'm looking for information about a man called Alexander Dupree. I used to know Dupree. He was not a man, but a friend. What do you want with someone like him? There are certain secrets that are better left undisturbed. A patient of mine has disappeared. Alexander is the only one that may know his whereabouts. If it is true that Dupree is involved with your patient's disappearance, then I'm afraid the matter is out of my reach. Yours too. Now please, leave me alone. Have you ever heard the name Jeremiah Devitt? I must find him. Devitt? No, I've not. I found your medal. It was in a house on Paul Street, door 26. You were there, right? You think you know what you're doing, but you cannot imagine what you are getting into. I am asking this for the last time. Leave and forget this matter. I will not leave until I find the answers I am seeking. Tell me what I want to know. You fool. That's... for devil's sake. Alright, if you want to ruin your life, you are free to do it. What really happened on Majuba Hill? Sergeant Congill told me the story, but his details were... confusing. I will never be able to forget that day. Nobody knew what really happened. Command decided that we must have been ambushed. Now I know better. There was something in that fog. Something that was not like us entering its domain. Something that did not like us enter its domain. A sentinel of some sort. That thing is what killed my soldiers. So it was like a weird, like, doppelganger or changeling or something. Not a changeling, but same idea of, like, a creature that looks like a man but is not a man. How did you meet Alexander Dupree? I was in the Veterans Hospital recovering from an illness known to the physicians, an ailment of the soul. Dupree managed to contact me there. He wanted to know my version of the story, what had happened to me in the Battle of Majuba Hill. Do you know why he was so interested in your story? I did not know immediately, but with time I realized. The truth about what happened to me was important to his activities, as was I myself. But if you think he tricked me, you could not be more wrong. I wanted to enter the dragon's mouth. I burned with a need to know. Inside that house I saw a machine still operating. What was that? A machine? I do not know what you're talking about. That was just one of many places I used as a base for Alexander's activities. Oh, one of many places used as a base for Alexander's activities. The only one whose location I was allowed to know. What was Mr. Dupree doing then? You really do not know, do you? Have you ever heard of the playwright? Yes, I have heard it mentioned before. What is it? Oh boy. Here we go. As I imagined, you know nothing. Dupree is not alone. He is but a peak of the pyramid, a vast group in which powerful people take part. A society acting in secret, ruled by a sacred law. See that no one knows. Videte ne quishat! I was part of it. Dupree himself recommended me. We gathered every month. What we saw, you cannot imagine. A curtain of normalcy protects the mind from something, an outer something. The fog of the veil protected us. But through the veil we could peek out into the abyss. We could know of the unspeakable shapes that writhe beyond, a black nothingness entirely full of horrors. We could never cross the threshold. What we saw was forbidden. Look at me. Forbidden. I could not bear it anymore, so I ran. I ran and I hid from them. It was too late to run or forget. I must go back to East Hill and try to talk to Miss Cone. If what the captain said is true, she must have been one of them. She could know where to find them. So it sounds like... Okay, that's the end of that dialogue. I assume showing the mask would just re-traumatize him. Yeah. So it sounds like after they made contact... Hi? What's gonna jump out? Ugh. Ah, two people and birds. I cannot do this anymore, bird masks. I don't care. I just want us to be together. You know it is too hard. I don't feel free. I know, dear. I know. We'll figure this out. How are you home so early? I knew all along. How could you? You know you never loved each other. Silence! You have no honor. And you, what do you have to say? Why? I've given you everything. You wouldn't understand. Enough. You will leave in the morning. I won't ever see you again. I'll wait for you at dawn under the old windmill, so you can try to recover what little honor you once had. I'll be there. Okay. Did you have a dream, John? What's going on? I must have fainted. What is this? Where am I? God, the music really amped up since season 1. Cannot see outside clearly. A matchbox. Could be useful. Always take matchboxes. Old piece of furniture. Can't look at the paintings. The door is shut for good, and it has no knob. No keyhole, even. Is there something in the bed? There's a blanket on the bed. Taking a shred of this blanket. Remaking a Molotov? There are marks of dust on the floor. It looks as if this chair has been moved recently. Aha! Shifting the chair has revealed a small dark hole in the wall. Too dark to see inside. Time to make a makeshift, torch. What? What do you mean that wasn't the answer? There we go. I would swear I saw a pair of feet in there. Who's there? We have met before. Oh god, the breathing, that's weird. I cannot see you. Who are you? Do you not recognize my voice? No, I'm sorry, I do not. Do you know what this place is? It is the starting point, the first place to look. But who are you? What are you doing there? Remember this, I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way. Stay out of the light. Then I will disappear, and you will be alone in the end. I don't understand. Tell me who you are. Jeremiah? Yes, I hear breathing behind the wall. What of it? Am I just waiting? Just checking quickly. Okay. Didn't know I could, blanket is now ruined. Must take it with me. Ah, so he escapes through... Use blanket on window? Aha! Weird that it didn't make me open the window first. Hello? Hello? This hall's what? Hey, Jeremiah! Devitt, is that you? Devitt! Oh god, where are you taking me, Jeremiah? Is that himself on a table? Oh god. Is he dead? Jeremiah? That's a lot of Jeremiahs. Tell me, why are you doing this? Is it because you care about your patients? Or out of scientific curiosity? Is it for your pride? Sorry, I got a pop-up from Windows. Is it because of your professional responsibility? Hopefully that didn't interrupt anything. Or is it because it's the right thing to do? Why are you doing this? Morning, John. No, Devitt! It's all right, my liebe Freund. How are you feeling? I feel dizzy. What happened? Where are we? At my house. I went to East Hill to meet you and found you inside one of the cells, unconscious, your clothes stenching of opium smoke. I had brought you here. You'd been out for a day and a half. I think it's coming back to me. I was at one of those opium dens. I might have passed out after breathing that dense smoke. Listen, I have much to tell you. My investigation unearthed a great deal of new information now. Alexander was indeed institutionalized in East Hill, but his files are missing. I managed to track down the man who knew him. He told me a story you would not believe, and... There was this woman, a patient at the hospital. She was completely out of her mind. She attacked me. What is happening to these people, Kaufman? How is Alexander related to Devitt, to Mr. Devitt? I think this patient, Miss Cohn, might know how to find Alexander. We must go back there and talk to her, whatever it takes. I am afraid that will not be possible. What do you mean? Frau Cohn is no longer at East Hill. She escaped last night. God almighty. Do not worry, mein Freund. I think I may know where she is hiding. Get ready. We must leave promptly. End of chapter. Oh, we're interactive now. They are coming. They are letting him in. Now that the door has been opened, they are coming. Ah. And... Holy fuck! Oh my god. That was an incredible shot. Enter back here. The playwright was so this is yep, end of chapter. God, applause for the developers. That was an incredible payoff for the whole thing with the crows. Okay, it's kind of late. This took longer than expected, but well, all right. Well, we'll start episode 2 now. If we find a good pause point in the middle of it, then we're gonna take a break around 6 as usual. Previously on The Last Door. Wakefield and Kaufman followed the only clue they had on Devitt's location, the recipient of Anthony's disturbing letter, Alexander Dupree. Wakefield visited the East Hill Asylum to gather some information on Dupree's past. Wakefield discovered that Dupree was the leader of a secret society known as the Playwright. He learned that they practiced rituals with the goal of peering through the veil, the line that separates the common world from the outer void full of horrors. One of East Hill's patients turned out to be a member of the Playwright, but she escaped to the asylum. Wakefield and Kaufman followed her to her hideout, a cabin in the mountains, when suddenly a flock of birds appeared. Flock of crows, you might say. I must forget nothing. Oh, it's the red-headed guy. Oh no. Everything must be set. When the time comes, and I am visited again, huh. I still love this music, man. There's a goose honking outside. I wonder if they're in cahoots. They're coming for me. For a moment, the sky was dark. We heard the calls of 1,000 birds, but another sound rose above them. A sound I cannot describe. Was it? Oh my god. What? What just happened in here? Where's Miss Kone? We are too late. Did she get it by crows? It is ashes. Ashes? Did she immolate herself? A circle drawn hastily on the floor. She thought she could prevent what she knew was about to happen, but she was wrong. The windows are covered with wooden planks. It looks as if she tried to keep someone from entering, or something from getting out. I do not know what to make of all this. It occurs to me that the ash pattern kind of looks like wings. I do. All right, Van Helsing, spill the beans. Who's coughing? Are you all right, Kaufman? It is nothing, mein Freund, just a bit of a cold. Now, mein Freund, I think we should talk. In light of the events we have recently witnessed, the matter cannot be delayed any further. You must make an important decision. It is not yet too late to go back to our daily lives. If you do not want to continue, you must forget all about your patient, Jeremiah Devitt. You'll have to keep to yourself everything you have learned about the mystery of his disappearance, and never talk about it again. But should you wish to continue the search, you will need to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. Please do not take this decision lightly. The path ahead is not without peril. You know my answer already, Kaufman. I must know what happened to Devitt. So be it then. Ah, the theme's coming back. As you may have already realized, this matter involving your patient transcends the limits of psychiatry as we know it. We are not dealing with the effects of trauma or the demons of the subconscious, at least not in the terms we are used to. We are dealing with something old, something dark. A sinister truth has been buried deep that has been buried deep for generations. This man, Alexander Dupree, and his organization, I think they seek to uncover these secrets, and I fear they may have already. Miss Cohn's fate, whatever it was, must be related somehow, but my knowledge of this area is simply not sufficient. We must pay a visit to an old friend, someone I never thought I would want to see again. The man who introduced me to the extended scientific field of the occult. My mentor, Professor Adam Wright. I feel like these names are familiar. Season 2, Episode 2, My Dearest Visitor. Wick Porch. Is that still in England, or have we gone to Scotland, or where are we? Where are we? I doubt he is away at this time of day. Perhaps he cannot hear us from the front. Let us try the back door. Are we going to be going back and forth between John and Johann? Hello. Mrs. Oakwood. She's the manor's housekeeper. Yes, who is it? Good morning, Mrs. Oakwood. Don't you remember me? Why, Dr. Kaufman, bless my soul. It's been so long I hardly recognize you. How nice to see you again. Allow me to introduce my colleague, Dr. John Wakefield. Is the professor at home? We would like to see him. Why, yes, doctor, of course. I am quite forgetting myself. Let me take you to him. It is really good of you to come. He receives so few visitors these days on account of his condition. His condition? Oh, sir, I am right sorry. I thought you knew. The professor, he suffers from an ailment afflicting his brain. He is now entirely confined to his bed. That's always a good sign. It's that guy! It's the guy! It's the guy! Professor Wright, you have visitors. One of them is your old friend. Look, do you recognize him? This is Johann, Professor, your old pupil. I reckon he does remember you, Johann. It has been a long time since I have seen him so excited. I will leave you two to talk to the professor. It may be difficult to keep him on one subject for long, but oh, it does such a world of good to speak with old friends. Should you need my assistance, I'll be in the backyard. Professor? Uncle James, you are back. It is I, Professor Johann Kaufman. Where is father? Where has he been taken? He suffers from some kind of memory loss. Yes, I'm afraid he will not be able to tell us much in this state. If we could but stimulate his memories. Maybe then he could tell us of his research, something to unravel the mystery of the playwright. Perhaps we have a few other options in any case. Let us try. Why don't you explore the manor? There may be some objects we can use to jog the professor's memory. Meanwhile, I will try to talk to him about the time we researched together. That could also help him remember. Right? For a second, I thought it was playing a reprise of the theme in the Beechworth Manor. Professor Wright's gaze remains fixed on the window as though he were waiting for someone. Snow is falling outside, slow and silent. Yes, I'm guessing it's still either December 91 or January 92 by now. An engraving on paper. The script is from a language unknown to me, rather. Locked sign on the door reads attic. An oil painting. It shows an obscure medieval scene. Old stone towers depicted in the painting. Thorn vines have slithered across the entrance, forming a swarming blockade that almost seems to come alive when stared at for too long. I'm always looking for like little details and wondering if the characters are being influenced by everything that's happening. And just noticing how I noticed how Jeremiah eventually started talking about paintings, and I'm wondering if that's happening to John. Large porcelain tub, its hefty weight supported on 4 blackened iron feet. A thin ring of damp residue around the interior suggests recent use. Though I see myself in the mirror, the reflection is strangely distorted. Strangely distorted, you say? Wonder if that's a thing for later. That door won't open. Let's see what's downstairs. Portrait of Professor Wright. His appearance was quite different back then. An imposing, inquisitive figure. Actually, I'm trying to remember now if the redheaded guy who brought us to the play was balding. I know he was a redhead. That's why I was like, well, it's the guy. Porcelain jar containing some dried branches. That goes out into the front. Fierce lion damaged by the harsh weather of the coast. Fierce lion damaged by the harsh weather of the coast. Its head is missing. Wonder if we have to find its head somewhere. What's this? There's a strange ornament on the wall. I think I can move it. Oh? Oh ho. Okay, we have a puzzle. This goes out into the back. Thick layer of ice covers the pool of water. Something this way? Oh. I don't trust statues anymore after episode 4. The queen has removed her mask. There's an empty hole where her face should be. If only I had the mask from last chapter. The statue portrays a clergyman hiding his face behind a mask. Hello? The central statue portrays a cloaked figure holding a clay vessel. The vessel has a small hole in it, just large enough to see a metal object hidden inside. Nothing about the... Okay, I guess I need to find something to puzzle that out. This statue portrays a peasant woman with her face hidden by a mask. Statue portrays a sage hiding his face behind a mask. Lots of masks. Stiff tree almost seems like a statue itself. So I'm, given the theme of masks and cults and stuff, I find this image of the queen's face being missing very poignant. Like perhaps symbolism of one's lack of identity via going deeper into the cult. Alright, let's talk to the housekeeper. May I ask you something, Mrs. Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. How did the professor become afflicted? The ailment runs in his family. Mr. Wright suffers from it, as did his father and his grandmother before him. It is truly a terrible thing. And to think all these years Mr. Wright knew what would become of him. May God have pity on his poor soul. This ailment that runs in Professor Wright's family. Do you know what its symptoms are? Well, I can't speak those very long words physicians use, but I can tell you what I see in him. Professor Wright hardly remembers a thing from the last 40 years. It's like he's a child again. With God's mercy, it now has gone so far that it torments him no longer. So I'm guessing... I mean, obviously, I think, given the setting, it's probably related to madness from the cult shit, but it sounds like dementia. If I'm understanding that correctly. Not sure where I am. I kind of disoriented myself. Cast iron wood stove. Pizza oven. Oh, bread oven. I guess they're kind of similar. Various ingredients. Glass jars filled with spices and pickled food. Doors locked. Locked shut sign reads basement. Alright, what's this way? I have no idea where I am now. I think I'm just in another corridor. See landscape. Locked door. No sign. Okay, I'll live back here. And let's see what's over here. Library. As my D&D party would say, we love libraries. Professor Wright has an eclectic collection, from old adventure novels to treatises on the occult sciences. Some of these titles, I believe, have been forbidden by the Crown. Ooh, he reads banned books. I like this guy. Painting of the cliffs in this region. A tin soldier looks to have been painted by hand. It commemorates some military campaign I have not heard of. That sounds like something to jog someone's memory. Could it hold some special significance to Professor Wright? Perhaps it will help stimulate his memories. Fire burns fiercely, rendering the air thick and heavy in the room. I'm just kind of curious. Is it a good idea when you're like back in the days before central heating and stuff? If nobody's occupying the room, is it a good idea to keep a fire in the fireplace? Like, is that just in case somebody goes in, or does that help heat the house, or what? A globe. The surface is extraordinarily detailed. Judging by the strange shape of the continents, it must derive from a fictional work or some prehistoric era. Curious? Okay, I'm guessing that's a puzzle for... I say I'm guessing. That's obviously a puzzle for later. Hello? It's locked. I can hear a racket of many birds on the other side. Oh, fuck me. Run. Batten down the hatches, Mrs. Beechwood. Why is it so quiet? Do you recognize this, Professor Wright? Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man that returned was not Sergeant Downing. My dearest visitor, he will know where to look. Oh, what a time we will have. Your visitor? What do you mean, Professor? He will have seen the map, and he will know the Book of Travels. The Book of Travels? Yes, yes, he will work it out. But it must not be too easy, no. He will find the prize, I am sure. Prize? What on earth is he talking about, Kaufman? Something concealed? Something precious? In his adult state, he could have hidden away parts of his research? He was always a proud man. He would not have easily forgotten his most groundbreaking work. A sense of its grave importance at least would have remained. In his confusion, perhaps he holed away somewhere for his dear visitor. Why don't you explore the manor? Perhaps something will relate to the latest ramblings. Meanwhile, I will continue my endeavors to revive his memory through conversation. Maybe there's a book on the shelf? Where is the music? I don't like that it's so quiet. Ah, cool. Professor Wright mentioned something. The Book of Travels. Do you know what that might be? Well, yes, Doctor. I know that story well. I do indeed. He often asks me to read it to him. The book should be in the library. Okay, so that's pretty much where I was planning to go anyway. Please bring the music back to the silence. Thank you. The silence was starting to freak me out. Alright, let's see if we can find the library again. I think it was down here. No, it was here. There's a large volume here, quite worn. It is an illustrated edition of the Travels of Marco Polo. Perhaps this is the Book of Travels that Professor Wright mentioned. There's a mark on one of the pages. We began our journey by crossing an unforgiving desert, always facing the setting sun. At last we arrived at the merciful sight of the great ocean. We followed the coast north in dear hope of reaching our home soon. Okay, let's see if I can take notes here. Desert, facing the setting sun, so west. Merciful sight of the great ocean. Followed the coast north. In dear hope of reaching our home soon. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war on the great Khan, so we were forced to return as we had come. Return as we came. We never set foot in that bloody land again. I knew there was a port just a few miles to the south, where we could find a boat. I'm just scribbling down these directions here. Our sea voyage was short as our sails billowed in the powerful southern winds. We reached the most eastern cape. And landed there. Our backs to the sea, we marched forth and soon reached home. Wait, what's that last part again? Just march forth. Backs to the sea. Alright, let's see if I can figure this out. Alright, deserts in the west. Ooh. Oh, that's clever. They actually give us the hints there. Okay, desert west towards the great ocean. I assume this. Follow the coast north. Return as we came. Port to the south. Eastern Cape. Back to the sea. Nope. Maybe start here. Then to the great ocean. Turn north. Return as we came. Port south. You know, I see what it's getting at, but maybe it's literally just the landmarks. Desert, ocean, coast. I'm just going to look at the walkthrough. I see what they're getting at, but I just can't figure it out. Let's see. I see. Yeah, there's no way the clues I was given would have given me that. Like I said, I see what they're getting at. It's just a little too abstract. Did I not? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I do it wrong? Between 3 and 4. Oh, you have to go over 2 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we go. Duh, because I had to go back the way it came. Seemed to have triggered a hidden mechanism. A small compartment has opened in the globe. There's a sealed letter inside. It is simply addressed to my dearest visitor. Kaufman needs to see this before it is opened. Okay. Music is both kind of playful and kind of ominous. To give it to Kaufman. Fine, give it to Kaufman. Kaufman, look, I found an envelope. It was hidden inside a globe that a strange mechanism opened. It's to my dearest visitor. Let us see what is inside. Exactly. It is another part of the intricate riddle. But to what purpose? To conceal something, perhaps? Or just the last acts of a confused and drowning mind? I am increasingly of the opinion that this is some mental construct, some riddle conjured up by the professor's failing mind. He may not have even understood what he hid. To those seeking wisdom must first know their own foolishness. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal what the cold eye of logic sees not. Well, I know there's a mirror. A riddle. And who would that visitor be? It is unknown to me, mein Freund. There is only one way to answer that question. If we can find the answer to the professor's riddle, perhaps we will be able to solve this mystery. Alright, I have an idea. This mirror is distorted. I wonder if I can turn on the tap. Reflect on yourself, said the riddle, and the cold eye of logic sees not. Could there be something hidden somehow? See, my thought... Oh, a common radiator. Maybe that's it? It's not letting me do anything with it. I have an idea of what I need to do. See, if they're mentioning cold and heat, so I figure if I heat up the room and generate steam, then there might be something in the mirror. but it's not letting me. Maybe if I do something with the fireplace. That's the only place I can think of that has a heat source. Or maybe I can ask Mrs. Beechworth to turn on the radiator? I keep going the wrong way to find her easily. Oh. Where is she? Maybe she's in the kitchen. Check the grounds first real quick. Nope, no one here. Begone, butt! What's that at the top? Is it just... I guess just a spire of the fountain. Mrs. Beechworth? Ah, there she is. She kind of blended into the background there. Do you know, is the professor fond of puzzles or riddles? Oh, indeed, yes. He has been long an enthusiast of every mind game you can imagine. In better days, he would host parties every other month. Seemed soirees, he called them. Oh, those were good times. It seems long ago now. I like this guy. Okay, so I can't... Oh, it's... wood stove. That pipe looks like it might go up to the bathroom. Maybe if I get a piece of firewood or something and stoke the stove. It's the only other thing I can think of. Nope, it just says thick and heavy. Much like me. Ha 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 ha. What kind of birds those are? Those aren't crows. They don't sound like crows. I'm pretty sure I know what I need to do. I just can't seem to, it just won't give it to me. I thought there was... Wrong door. Okay, hold on. What am I missing here? I peeked at the walkthrough, and they said to, look at a painting. Oh, wait. Corridor on the right staircase, path through the kitchen. Get an old teapot and a matchbox. Ah. I missed those somehow. Is this the way to the kitchen? I keep losing my way around here. Yes. Old teapot. Yoink. Filled with cold water. Various ingredients. Yeah, it is really easy for things to blend into the background. Ah, here we go. Now I can kind of see there's something highlighted here. There's a matchbox here, too. Yoink. Can I stoke this fire? Haha! And put the kettle on? Water will cool soon. Okay, go quickly. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Wait, no, not the library. Shit. Upstairs, upstairs, upstairs. Booyah! Wait, what? No? There we go. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal knowledge that the cold eye of logic sees not. Condensation from the teapot steam has revealed a hidden message. I'll add this clue to the letter. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to understand what lies beneath. Thereby learn the question, if not the final answer. Look upon your master. I guess in the graveyard, maybe? Music is getting ominous. My dearest visitor will find the prize, I have no doubt. Keep being fooled by the front entrance. Okay, so I assume that the letter is referring, or that the clue is referring to this central statue. And let's see a small object inside. No? Sage hidden behind a mask, clergyman hidden behind a mask. There we go. When the four remove their masks of lies, the path to the grave will be cleared. So do I need to interact with the graves? Take off their masks somehow? Oh wait, is there a, I see there's a thing, but it doesn't let me see what's in it. I'm wondering if there's a clue I'm missing to, this puzzle. Maybe I can brute force it? It's just 2 settings. Oh, hey! Sage has removed his mask. There's an empty hole where his face should be. Okay. Is there another one of those hanging around somewhere? Gonna be a little annoyed if this turns out to be a pretty please puzzle, where I just have to keep turning the thing. Look upon your master, not only his imposing gaze, but seek to understand what lies beneath. As I suspected, there's a small key taped to the back of the picture frame and a note. Add this clue to the letter. The question is the world from the peak of the man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it from the root of life and time itself. That is a very weirdly worded sentence. The question is the world from the peak of the man's tallest tower. The answer yearns to it from the root of life and time itself. So, like the dirge? Is that just a hint to the graveyard? Oh, wait. There's probably a key to the attic. Yes! Aha! Some kind of round mechanism. Crow symbol. It's too quiet again. Gramophone. Unusual electrical device. I'm unfamiliar with its function, but I can tell there's a piece of equipment missing. Okay. Anything else in here? Statue of the clergyman hiding his face. Statue portrays a queen with her face hidden behind the mask. Woman with her face hidden behind the mask. Sage has removed his mask. Okay, so the sage removed the mask. If I turn this, does the queen take her mask off again? Queen has removed her mask. Clergyman's hiding. Peasant woman. And sage. So I need to find a couple more of those to take off the other masks. Is there anything else in here? Really? He's not gonna let me talk to, Alright. Just trying to see if there's anything else. Nope. Get your ass back up there, John. Don't see anything else. That's the bathroom. This door won't open. Is there something this way? Nope. Ah, that's just the world map. See anything here? Stove still burning. The housekeeper once again blends into the background. That door's locked. Oakwood, not beechwood. Okay, nothing new there. Gilded pipe, it runs from the ground to the corridor. Curious. That must be the... Oh, maybe that's the radiator. It's locked. And this is out into here. Okay, well... I hate to do this in the middle of an episode, but I figured this was going to happen anyway. I really need to pee. So we're going to take our 20-minute break now, and when we come back, we will continue with episode 2. And we'll see how far we get tonight. This might turn into a 3-parter. These are turning longer than expected. So yeah, we'll be back. And we're back. My throat is still very much being weird. And also, it looks like there might be a storm brewing outside, so maybe we get some extra creepy vibes. Anyway, we're in the middle of episode 2 of season 2. We are playing, I don't remember the guy's last name now, but Devitt's therapist is now our player character, and he's investigating the cult that Alexander apparently created while he was institutionalized. And, either while he was institutionalized or he was institutionalized at some point, and I think that added to his cult. Let's say that. And now we're talking to a colleague of the therapist's colleague, who's basically our Van Helsing, who seems to know what's going on. And the guy seems to be suffering from memory loss, possibly dementia. So we're now basically solving a mass escape room, more or less, to find clues around the house that he deliberately placed. And he's anticipating a visitor, quote unquote, who's supposed to solve the puzzle. Whether that's us or somebody else, we don't know. But I was told that there should be something here. Stiff tree almost seems like a statue itself. Let me check again, because I was stuck here. Because we're supposed to be... These statues are of figures in masks. We're supposed to get them to take the masks off, like that guy is, and that woman is. Excuse me. Oh. Okay. I completely missed something, apparently. But yeah, guy apparently likes puzzles, and apparently before his mental state deteriorated, this was just a normal thing he did, where he would just have parties where people showed up and solve puzzles around his house. Excuse me. What am I looking for? The attic. Yeah, the current problem I seem to be having is that it's really hard to tell what I'm supposed to be looking at. I see it. Yeah, the walkthrough said a different colored tree. The answer yearns up to it from the very roof of life and time itself. I should check if there's something hidden under that tree. That would be, I guess, in the courtyard. I see. Yeah, right next to the fountain. Yeah, I had no way of knowing that I was supposed to look at that without the walkthrough. I probably should have noticed it was differently colored, but I was too busy focusing on the view of the graveyard. Aha! Now I can tell there's something. Looks as though something has been concealed beneath the thick roots. Another note and a key bound together. Add this clue to the letter. It is a truth our ancestors knew, and with stone silence came to unknow. Key has been engraved at the shape of a feather. Well, I think I know where that door goes, but I don't think I want to open it. I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate around here. I get a little turned around. Okay, this is the way. So over here in the library, there's been this door that has sound of shrieking birds behind it. Doesn't sound like crows, but I don't trust any birds right now. Inside the cage there's a bird with a black head and an orange breast. Sign reads, Pirula Pirula. Truth that our ancestor knew and through stone came to unknow. small compartment in the base of the bust. Inside is a note. Only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. Primal horror. There is a crow in here with black and gray feathers. Corvus cornix. I'm probably going to have to remember all these names. Small bird with black and white wings and a feathered crest. Upupa epops. Is that a real thing? Blackbird with a yellow beak. Turdus merula. Gray breasts and brown wings. Passer domesticus. Curious bird with long legs. Cage reads Pifrolio aleni. Bird with pale brown breasts inside the cage. Lucina megarhinchos. Is this really Latin? This doesn't sound like Latin to me. Red feathers and breasts. Erithicus rubecula. Embroidered cloth covers the cage. On it is written, "If the birds are silent," the phrase trails off. Yellowish feathers reads Cardulus flavoristris. Okay, I'm going to write that one down because it was covered. I'm going to butcher this. Flavirostris. Yellowish brown. Okay, if the birds are silent, does that mean I need to shut up the other birds? The bird inside suddenly grows quiet. Just seeing what happens if I try to put all of them to bed here. Is it actually getting quieter? I can't tell. I think I tried to cover all of them. I'm just going to cover, I think that one's the crow. See if I can get some more sheets I can throw over them. I don't like the music is so quiet. Oh, right most on the table, I might have missed something. Let's see. Clicked out of the window. There we go. Rightmost on the table. Oh, oh, there's, something down here, too. Oh, that's the long-legged. Pale brown breast, and red feathers and breast. On the big table, might miss the right one. Okay, let me try that. Nope, everyone's still loud as hell. I feel like it's a case of, like, it's literally too loud and too bright out for them to go to sleep without the, without the sheet. Nope, they don't tell me anything. Dearest visitor will find the prize, he has no doubt, blah, blah, blah. Maybe if I talk to the housekeeper, she can tell me where I can find some more sheets. It's a legit thing to use hoods when... Yeah, I know. I think I learned that specifically from Treasure Island, from my dad reading me Treasure Island. I was just really amused by this idea that, you know, the parrot was freaking out, would throw a sheet over the cage, and it's just like, oh, it's nighttime now. Good night. Wait, did he say something? I must have... Shit, I think he said something and I missed it. Professor Wright, Phoenix Society. No, it's Adam Wright is the guy we're trying to essentially jog his memory by finding stuff around the house. Is that? No, nothing here. Let me check something. Wait, what? Okay, I may have to be more glued to the walkthrough because I think this is turning into Sierra logic here. Oh, duh! Only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. A lever. Pull the lever, Crunk. I think it triggered a mechanism inside the manor. There's also a note here. Will you at last know truth? Could this be the last part of the riddle? Alright, let's scour the house and see what changed. Nope, the birds are still active. Let me check something. Alright, so I'm guessing this might have been something that happened in the attic. I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled for anything changed. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the next door over, the attic. Anything? Doesn't look it. Excuse me. Yeah, the globe's already done. No, nothing there. Aha! Wonder why I didn't notice that before, or why it didn't trigger before. Looks like Professor Wright's archive. I should bring Kaufman here at once. Oh good, he's doing that without me. Experiments, 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful, there's a small key inside the folder. 1st of August, 1885. The results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come to the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. This would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key we seek. That's always a good sign. 20th September. Now that they have proven themselves useful, I have installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing must still be down there in the dark. 12th of November. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Blank gone. Oh boy. 15th of December. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel and hope that the abomination remains forever entombed within. Nothing bad ever came from something spawned by absolute horror. No, it's fine. Everything is fine. I really need to remember to play with my faces more. What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a log that the professor kept during one of his experiments almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written in here, it cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor Wright's illness, maybe. Perhaps, though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude that the professor had another working place underground. Perhaps that key opens the basement door. There could be a route through to this underground tunnel. Through to this underground tunnel. That's why that was confusing me. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than that folder among this mess. Oh boy. Set of framed silhouettes. Unreaches and grabbed a plaque. Oh? Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, and so he proposed to her. Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Mrs. Bartley never did take her eyes off her daughter and watched them at all times. Mr. Bartley tried to show support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. Okay. Oh, interesting. Well-positioned man. It was Agnes always hid her feelings from her mother. Mrs. Bartley never did take her eyes off her daughter and watched at all times. So she should be facing that way. And Mr. Bartley tried to show support, but his wife never paid any attention to him. Hey! Context clues! And what do we got? Another symbol? Swirlies and labyrinth. Alright, I assume that unmasked one of the things in the graveyard. Let's check. Yep, the clergyman has removed his mask, so now we just need to find the one for the peasant woman. Probably in the basement. I don't like that it's so quiet. Why does the music keep going away? No, not the library, silly. Where all the true horrors lurk. Exactly. Let's see, one of these should be the basement door. Ah, thank you for bringing the music back. Alright, the basement is here, I think. Yep. And the question is, will the housekeeper let me in? Okay, she doesn't care. It's completely dark in here. I feel a cold draft coming from the front. Too dark. Need something to light the way. Okay. Well, I've got the matchbox. Oh, can I... This is something he did last episode? Okay. I got scared for a second. Oh, something is definitely going to jump out at me in these brief moments with the match. I don't like this. Oh, I see the, oh, I ran out of matches. Fuck. What was that? Hello? What's happening? I don't like this. Uh-oh. John? You alright? Wait, what? Did you just stumble on this place? Oh, he fell through a hole. Where am I? The flow of air is stronger here. Looks like a compartment of some sort of machine. Maybe I can find out where to use it. Oh, I think I know. There's a gramophone-ish thing in the attic. A working lantern, thank God. Part of the tunnel is blocked by a cave-in. The underground tunnel is not accessible from here. I should go back. Thank goodness, a ladder. Which I can't see at this angle. There we go. I don't like that the light is directional. That's definitely a recipe for horror. But hey, we found the fourth thing. It's like moon phases, maybe? Thought I heard something. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Professor Wright's log, how can we find the missing parts of his research? I must talk to Kaufman about this. Thank you for fast traveling up. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There was a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel. But it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I could not tell for sure. Gave me an inspect prompt right before I went back upstairs. Okay, I'll check that in a second. Covered in debris. It sounds as if the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to this underground area. It is unfortunate for us. I've made some progress on my own, my friend. I think this could help us elucidate the next step in our search. These fucking nerds with these big words. Have a look. Today, a meeting finally took place. You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. Is that Alexander? We could reach an agreement to fund this project. But first we need to know the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subject, how open he is to suggestion. As you know, only the human mind can open to physical passage to the other side. So a complete absolute darkness will be required for the experience to result. A secluded place, completely isolated. A place that can only bring thoughts of what may be lurking in the dark, or hiding in the dark, rather. I have the perfect location in mind. But in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of the experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. I have designed a special device that would allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. That we could arrange. But there is one last thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By means of a chemical compound of some kind? You mean the serum? Not at all. That would be of no elegance whatsoever. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. Yes, I've heard of it. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts, which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is the key that we will use to open the last door. Roll credits. Could this organization be the playwright? It may be, mein Freund. Yeah, that was the organization, the cult that Alexander was creating, the playwright. Basically, extension of the little club. So dude was connecting sensory deprivation research, pretty much. If so, then we are closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room, I have been able to find only some fragments of information, discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That seems the most reasonable conclusion. But access to that place is lost, is it not? The entrance was sealed. There may be another access we do not know about. If we could find and use the device that the professor mentions in his log, I believe we could shed some light on this matter. I don't know if I want to start that thing up. I feel like we may not like what we hear. But yeah, just quickly running back downstairs to see if I missed something. Old furniture left to rot. No, I think that's all. I'm getting a little pinged by the thing about how this can only be done with humans, because last season there was the buried ape that had like a name on its collar. I don't remember. I think it was Old Mike. And I wonder if that was part of the experiments they were doing. Like, that's how they found out, oh, this only works on humans. I think it will work now. Okay. Okay, that's the clean signal. I think. I'm a little concerned. Oh, there's music. The sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that A piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. Whoops, I clicked out of the window. Not to state the obvious, but it sounds as if someone is still down there, playing a piano of all things. But how is this even remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It means there is another entrance to the underground tunnel, and that we must find it. But we've run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive, and Professor Wright continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypnotize the professor, mein lieber Freund. We are running out of options. This might be the only way to find the answers we seek. Well, I mean, John is a hypnotherapist. Look at this candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather. Everything around you fades. You are entering a dark, endless void. Oh, that is a good transition. God, I love this game. Listen to my voice. Where are you? I'm in a void. A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. I think I want to go west. I have a gut feeling from a previous puzzle. I'm on the beach. There's a huge rock here. Many birds circle the sky overhead. To the north I see the shore. To the west there is a person. Oh, maybe not. Go west. As soon as I approach, the figure darts between the rocks as though it were frightened of me. Okay, go back. Go north. I stand beside the shore. The water wets my shoes all around me and all around me lie the wrecks of ships. To the north, something floats in the water. To the east, I can see the edge of the forest. Say it again? To the north, something floats in the water. A body floats in the water. I will not look upon its face. On the beach. Number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. You go north. Okay. There was a puzzle about compass directions at some point, so I was like, and that was related to the globe, but I figured I'd at least try it and see what happens. I stand beside a waterfall. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock from a great height. They fall and fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the waterfall to the east lies a tunnel. To the west I see the edge of the forest. East. I am in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me. He begs me to stop. The tunnel divides into many passages. I can go north, south, and west. Oh boy. North. I am in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see it clearly. Its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. It is a very small room. In the center lies a deep pit. A ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. I cannot. I can hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. You must continue. It waits for me. It waits for me down there. I have gone down the ladder. I cannot see. It is pitch dark. I can feel its breath. It is here. It is with me. Oh. Thank you, Doctor. Saving us from the jump scares. Enough. We went too far, my friend. You are right. I did not think he would react this way. You did well by stopping the trance, Kaufman. I think it would be best if we leave it for today. Let us return to the inn. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow, let's discuss the next steps in our investigation. And then they meet a woman who's looking for Hobbs Barrow and Dr. Leonard's shoulder. Oh, wait, that's the wrong puzzle game. January 21st, 1893. So it's been 2 years? Come in. Kaufman, are you all right? Worry not, Wakefield. I am just feeling a bit feeble. It must be this cold and humidity. Excuse for me to cough. Nothing serious. I would like to know your opinion about what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us in our search? The underground tunnel. I believe that this underground tunnel has left a deep impression on Professor Wright's subconscious. I agree. The horror he experienced at the end of his session was far too intense to derive solely from his imagination. It speaks of some trauma. Throughout the trance, he saw an unknown figure with no visible face, the floating body in the water, the person near the rocks, the one beside the piano. Yes, indeed, but I'm afraid it is too soon to unveil the true meaning of those images. The sea was a recurring theme during the hypnotic regression. Yes, it is true. Maybe the entrance to this tunnel is somewhere closer to the coast. Professor Wright mentioned a man that shouted at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. Very good. It was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor Wright's fears. If we find this man, I am sure he will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and find out something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Did I lose the chance to go to, well, shit. Because I realized as they were talking that I forgot to check the graveyard. I'm sure it was nothing important. You cannot cross the sea. Merely standing and staring at the water. Let's see, this lady's... he's just going to keep rambling. I'm not going to keep reading because it's distracting me. This lady is dressed rather elegantly for someone who came to drink in a place like this. Two fishermen have just given me a suspicious look. Uh-oh. Good morning. You want a drink? Do you know a man named Oscar? You mean Father Oscar? You can find him in the church when he's not in here. It's right outside. Have you ever met Professor Wright? The professor? Sure, saw him every other day as a youngin'. Always involved in the village. He was la-di-da, all right. But folks respected him. He got stuck in. Didn't last, though. Shut himself away. Started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the village eventually. Last I heard, he'd gone crazy. None of us knows for sure, though. Been years since I saw him. What is with that man in the corner? Fred? You can ignore him. He's a sad, lonely drunk. Sad, lonely drunks always have the most information in a Lovecraft story. Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Are you a ship captain? Why, what's it to you? Do I look like a captain? It's because of the hat you're wearing. Ha! Ha hat don't make a captain, Townie. You can buy a hat like this in any flea market in England. Because of the 3 earrings you were wearing. You have doubled the 3 capes, is that right? Oh, sorry, that was the wrong character. You have doubled the 3 capes, am I right? Indeed I have. Good hope, Lewin and Horn. Therefore, I hold the right to stand before kings and to piss against the wind. If I dies by the sea, the 3 rings will pay my wake. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you'll not set sail again? I love the sea more than anything. It's my passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him that we do not know. There are far from the coast, in the deep dark, things we are still unprepared to behold. Believe me, those things wait deep down. Have you seen any of those things? No, but you may have heard 1 or 2 of the stories of fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is not but tales for young'uns, mere superstition for men too cowardly to face the dark. As any good seaman knows that strong wind, stretched rope can shake and sing. Referring to the sea as him is interesting. Yeah, I mean, it could be just literal and like referring to like Poseidon maybe, but yeah, I definitely pinged that reference to him. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child. But there was one time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave crashing with my ship. No, it was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by living something, a calling like anything I had heard before. And I understood. What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords. And whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. Cthulhu, are you not playing with your toy? Are you not sharing your toys with the other kids? What happened then? As I navigated back to the shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks of the cliffs did the rest. I did not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended up. With the passing of the years and tides, I looked for them once for many moons, but all I found was this bar at the bottom of an empty glass. I never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now leave me be. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey. All that blathering worked up a right sore thirst. Does that mean that if I buy him a drink, he'll tell me more? No. Nope, they're not going to talk to me. Okay, nearby church for Father Oscar. Nope, that's the way out. Crunch, 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 crunch. Oh, there's a church. And here's the shore. May as well investigate the shore. Old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. Providence. That wasn't one of the ones you mentioned, was it? Some abandoned wooden planks. Perhaps they were here for boat repair, for repair of the local fishing boats. Okay, nothing interesting here. Talking about an Augustine. Yeah, but he mentioned like 3 names, I thought, of like ships. This is the door of the Church of Wickport. And it's closed. Of course it is. I didn't even realize there was someone there. Excuse me, are you spying on me? I'm sorry, I did not mean to. You're not from these parts, are you? No, I'm just passing through. Are you all right? Yes. Could you do me a favor? For a long time I've wanted to visit the tomb of my lover, but I cannot leave the house due to my illness. Could you please leave these flowers there? No one in this village would do this service for me. Sure. All right, where is that place? Oh, you could not know how grateful I am. You are a good, kind person. You can go to the graveyard through that path there. The name you need to look for is Carter. Ha. Why were you spying on me? Oh, do not put it like that. It sounds so terrible. I just watch folk passing by. I cannot leave the house, so I spend the days at the window. It is awful interesting. You learn a lot about people this way, you know. Really? What can you tell me about myself? I have only observed you for a while, but I can tell you are on an important mission looking for someone dear. There is a worry over your shoulders and a long way ahead of you. Have one problem. There are these lumps on the side of my neck. It almost feels as if they flutter open and shut. Is that a Shadow over Innsmouth reference? Are you pulling out more Lovecraft on me? Well, that was remarkable. I am frankly astonished. Let's see. What can you tell me about the barmaid? Eva is a woman with a strong character. I once saw her kick out a group of drunk sailors from the pub without a doubt. She is in a bad mood lately because business is not what it used to be. She will not leave the village, though, as did the others. Let me see. What can you tell me about Captain Morville? Oh, poor Fred is always drunk. In the old times when he was not sailing, he had long walks on the beach and looked happy. But now rare's the occasion when he gives a quick glance at the coast. He's lost all hope. Let me see. What can you tell me about Father Oscar? He is a man who has lost his purpose. I see him walking aimlessly in the morning and evening, nervous and doubtful. Anything here? No, can't interact with the door. Alright, graveyard. We have an objective. Let's do it to it. Okay, Carter, she said was the name, right? Rose Carter. Bury my body with the salted driftwood, with the green seaweeds and the worn-out ropes, where I can feel the cold autumn breeze. Gerald Belly? Farewell to those that walk beside my grave. Here I lie, my name written on stone under the sun. Mary Jane Bennett. Do not bring flowers to this place, for rum is all I crave. Now I rest under the same stars I sailed by when alive. Daniel Aberton. A lot of people talking about the sea and an unmarked grave. No name, date, or epitaph on this gravestone. Just quickly checking around here. Okay, there is something that way. Okay, but first, I believe she said the name was Carter, which was the first grave. Plot progression. The bells of a church. It seems the priest is calling mass. Alright, well, I'll be there in a minute. Shadows on the ground are really creepy with the pixelated animation. Oh, hello. Good morning, I am Dr. Wakefield. Come from town, don't you? You need an answer, I know by your accent. Be careful around these cliffs. This is no place for tourists. It's hardly a place for anyone now. You best be on your way back. Strange things have been happening here. What do you mean? Seamen and fishermen alike all swear to have heard voices in the rising tide. Inhuman screams, some of them say. And there are some who claim to have witnessed ungodly things in the dead of night. I once saw a ghastly thing crawling out there amongst the rocks. People have heard screams coming from the sea? Bloody drunks. They say the sea howls at them, as if that was something new. That's a suspicious thing to say. That thing you once saw on the rocks. Can you tell me more about it? Late night it was, me on my boat. Fishing, that's when I get the best catch. Then I saw it, not under the water as the others say. It was on a rock, perched there like it was smelling for something. The shape of it, like nothing I ever saw before, not walking the earth nor swimming the sea. The thing was big and hunched over like a crouching man. The way it moved, it made my flesh crawl. Like a crouching man. Old Mike, was that you? Whatever it was, the mist itself was its ally, hiding it from my bare eyes, and in the end, disappearing away altogether. I swear, should I see that horror again, I will take my most vicious harpoon and thrust it so deep in its rusted body, they'll have to bury him together. So, what are you doing up here? I come here so I can watch. I come here when I can, just to watch the shore, just in case the thing comes back. The mist down there is just too thick. I can see better from here, even if my eyes are not what they used to be. Ah, damn it, if I could somehow regain my sharp eyesight again, by God, I would impale that abomination for sure. Well, good luck with that. Sounds like he needs glasses. Possibly. You know, I'm not a religious person, but I've always found something very comforting about churches. Like, just the concept of the building has always been very soothing. Confessional, so Wickerport serves a Catholic congregation. Good morning. Good morning, my son. Father, why has nobody come to the Mass? The village has seen bleak times. Many have left and the rest have lost their faith. Every day I ring the bells, but no one answers. May God have mercy on their souls. Why do you suppose that is? I could not say. The mist that shrouds this coast and the shapes that swirl within have long been the source of hearsay. But lately the stories people tell are not pirates and smugglers, but something more sinister. Some say the devil himself has come to our shore. It is a rumor I dare not disregard. Yeah, I think we're looking less fiend and more great old one. Are you personally acquainted with Professor Wright? Yes, of course. Adam is not merely a parishioner, but one of my closest friends. Since our youth we enjoyed many scholarly, but sometimes quite fervent discussions. He being an anthropologist and myself a theologian. I'm probably pronouncing these words wrong, sorry. That is, until he fell ill. But since he is like that, I have not visited him. Wait a moment, please. I need to ask for a small favor. Please give this to Adam. I don't know if it will mean anything to him now, but it will bring peace to my soul if there is some token of our friendship resting by his side. Oh, a photograph. Ah, now we can go back to the house. Good. So I can check the statues there. Alright, anything here? Neglected and decaying cross reflects the faith of the villagers all too well. My god, this chapter is long. This is definitely going to turn into a 3-parter. So I was already thinking I wanted to do the extras too, and I don't know how long those are. Right manner. Okay, first order of business, I'm checking the back. Aha, I see the thing on the ground. Yep, all the masks are off. And the clay vessel held by the statue is now broken into many pieces. There's an object among them. It must have been hidden inside. Yoink! Looks like a compass. It must be broken since it does not point north. What direction is it pointing? Is that the way it's actually pointing? Will it change if I go somewhere else? Oh ho! Oh ho ho ho! That's cool. Okay, first order of business, I want to give Adam the photo. Then we can investigate. Why is it so dark in here? That's concerning. Why does it feel like it's getting darker? Door's locked with a key. And that's the bathroom. That's worrying. Won't open. That's not the room I wanted. Where's the kitchen? And she's not here. Alright, well, looks like we probably have to come back here. Compass points to this grave? Ah, the unmarked grave. There's something buried here. Is it magnetic? Engraved stone. It seems to only be half of a larger statuette. Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice. Just on a whim. They locked me out. Ninja Gaiden has taught me anything. You need to keep those two halves separate. Yeah, well, wouldn't be the dumbest thing we've done in this game so far. That's not where I want to go. I want to go to the library. So I remember there being some busts in there. I really hate how slow they move when it's dark. I mean, I get it, but I hate it. Well, the birds are still making a ruckus. That's probably a good sign. No. Thought there might have been something else in here. Don't like how ominous the music is. No, nothing in here. Wait, no, that's this. Oh, wait, that is a secret room. I should check there, too. Anything? Nope. It's locked. Really? You're making me get out of here the long way? It's just a rude game. That's the wrong way. Where's the door? It's too dark to find the door. Alright, what else to do here? Maybe check in with, Kaufman? How are you feeling? I am feeling alright, mein Freund. Just a bit tired. What happens if I show him the statue? He won't let me show him the statue. Or the photo. Well, great. I'm just gonna take the walkthrough. Silhouette puzzle, did that. Did that. Wait, what? There's still something in right manner? It says, the thing I saw said that it's in the bird room. The aviary, I guess would be the correct term. And supposedly there's a key. There's a chest next to one of the bird cages, supposedly. I'm not seeing anything. Am I in the wrong place? Kitchen. Pick up the cloth from the bird cage. Or the chest by the bed. What? Oh, there's an open passageway? The walkthrough is worded in a way that's confusing me, so bear with me. I feel bad looking at the walkthrough so much, but it's like I'm just trying to, you know, give myself a nudge in the right direction so I'm not just stuck here flailing for hours. There's a now opened passageway. Oh! I just realized that looked like a lamp to me. Cage covered with embroidered cloths. The end of the phrase is written on it, "A visitor will call." When the birds are silent, a visitor will call. I'm guessing is what that says. There's no bird inside. And now I can check that chest. There's a key inside. Yeah, I completely forgot about this room, or I didn't even realize that this was a room I hadn't been to before. A yellow key. Yes, I know there's no bird inside. I wasn't talking about that. Alright, time to scour the house for locked doors. Nope, not that one. I think this is his room. Yep. Uh-oh, Professor Wright is not here. Is the window open? Clothes on the ground, window might be open. It is still snowing outside. There's an open book on the floor. Read the book, John? Book of Birds. Compilation of legends related to birds. Some of the text has been marked. Ooh, okay. Birds are traveling to meet their king when they reach the crossroads. Wretched Crow tried to lead them astray and led onto the path of mists. Many birds followed him and were lost forever beyond that veil. Only the wisdom of the crested hoopoe and the prudence of the red-feathered robin could lead the remaining 28 back to their path of righteousness. Ever since the birds have sung their praise, for without the hoopoe and the robin, silence would have fallen forever. Okay, so I need to put them to bed, and then the others will go silent, I'm guessing. So, crested hoopoe. I don't know how to pronounce that. And red-feathered robin. All right, back to the bird room. John, can you walk a little faster, please, for the love of God? Alright, let's see. Hopefully their Latin names are obvious. That's the corvid. The pupa pops. There's Merla. Okay, red feathers. I'm guessing that's the robin there. Crested. I should look for a crest. A feathered crest. Okay, I'm going to assume you're... Bird grows suddenly quiet. And are you the robin? All the birds have suddenly stopped their chittering. Hey, look at me figuring out birds. Oh my god, that is horrifying. Ding dong. Sounds as if there's someone at the door. The door has been opened. Oh god. Oh god. Hello? Mr. Visitor? Hello? Ah, I clicked out of the window again. Shit. No. Maybe Professor Wright's room? Jesus! That room's open. Attic's still open. Secret tunnel? No, that's still open. Nothing here. Nobody here. I'm just checking like all the most likely places. Hello? Oh my god. Oh my god, Mr. Wright. Poor man looks as if his heart gave out. His eyes, my god, they are fixed with an expression of utmost terror. Let me see, his fists are clenched. He is holding on to something. It's some sort of stone figurine. He's holding it tightly as if he was protecting it from someone. Hey, hey. It's beautifully carved, but it appears to be one half of a larger artifact. Gee, I wonder. Joining together, the two pieces form an intricately carved figure or idol. It is ancient, without a doubt. Okay. To what purpose? This is serious. I must break the news to Kaufman, and of course the local authorities will have to be informed. Kaufman! What's the matter? Kaufman! Do not worry. I have given him a mild sedative. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Armitage. The innkeeper called me because he was worried about your friend. Pleased to meet you. I am Dr. Wakefield. What are Kaufman's symptoms? Strong coughing, general feebleness, dizziness. It is too soon yet for a diagnosis. It could be a simple cold, but the sudden onset and severity of his symptoms is certainly a concern. He must be monitored for the next few hours at least. Armitage. Yeah, Armitage does sound familiar. Is that another Lovecraft name? Do not worry, Dr. Wakefield. I will remain here and take care of your friend. Well, he'll have to find out about about Mr. Wright later. I have a thought, actually. Nope. My thought was misguided. I will say this idol is very Call of Cthulhu. Okay, nothing here. Let's see. Back to Town Square, I guess. Oh, maybe I can show it to Frank? Nope. Nothing there. Nothing there. Hey, fancy lady, you want an idol? No. Oh, she's not in the window anymore. I will say there's a part of me that's a little suspicious of, like, how many people are getting sick, but it's also the 1800s, so who knows. Anything new here? No. Oh, this is I didn't go this way before. Yeah, it could just be your run-of-the-mill plague. Could be plague, could be Cthulhu, you never know. Old ship is completely wrecked. Old rusty bronze bell, typical of seafaring vessel, and engraved the name Augustine! Hey, hey! Glad I went this way. Someone may be able to tell me more about it. You mean like the guy who mentioned Augustine by name? Hey, look what I found. Why, that bell's from Augustine. My Augustine! Where on earth did you find it? I found it on the beach near the shipwreck. I thought I would never see it again. I will clean it and make it and shine new. Rickerport Beach? Our beach? Why, I must go. I must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, no, I dare not go. Oh, God, I must. Good day to you, sir. Rise again, let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. I completely butchered that, I'm sorry. I apologize to the spirit of Stan Rogers. And here he is. Neither cracks in your hull nor your flaking paint, none of it matters. You are beautiful as ever, Augustine. Together we will watch the sun together. Good sir, I cannot put to words what great service you have rendered this drunken knave. Just as you, a stranger, have brought me my lost treasure, may this old sailor's spyglass, whatever way it can, help light the way yours. Take it as a gift from the heart. I know what to do with that spyglass. Where is it? The graveyard. Hey buddy, you want to see through a telescope? Here, would this help you watch the shore? Why, it is old to be sure, but this telescope has been patched up to a rare beauty. You have my thanks, stranger. I'm indebted. Oh, what is that? On the cliff there. Well, blow me if it isn't but the Wright's old summer house. I thought it was entirely destroyed. Looks like you can get there using the old cliff path. Excuse me, did you say the Wright's summer house? Well, yes, I never saw it myself. I was too young at the time, but everyone around here knows the story well. It was a terrible tragedy, you see. One night there was a landslide just beneath the house. Most of the building fell sheer into the sea, leaving only yonder ruins. Many died, though by a miracle young Master Wright was spared. You can see it from here. Look, right there on the other side of the house. Do you see it? Bing, bing, bing. New location yet. To the cliff! Ooh, that looks a little treacherous. Nothing there. The roots of this venerable tree tightly grip the rocks that anchor it against the harsh winds. Armitage was mentioned in the story involving West. Story involving West. Was that the title of one of the books, or am I confusing something? Dr. Herbert West. It's not ringing a bell. That's either a story I haven't heard or I just don't remember the name. Empty wardrobe. Its wood is rotted from long exposure to sea air. One that made the serum that could bring someone back to life. Oh, is that the one with the radiator? Or not the radiator, the air conditioner? Landscape shows the house as it was before the landscape ruined it. Landslide ruined it, rather. Peculiar indentation in the stone. What does that shape look like? It's triggered to some secret mechanism. There's a passage behind the fireplace. It seems to lead into the cliff. Oh boy, here we go. This must be the entrance to the underground tunnel. I must go on. There's a note on the floor. Whatever you find down here, do not stop. Oh God. I'm a little worried about that being my prompt. I guess that means I need to keep clicking forward. What? Okay. I was really afraid something had gone wrong. There's a couple of tunnels here. Some viscous substance. Could be some kind of fungus or maybe the decomposed remains of an animal. That's probably fine. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm probably going to get myself lost. Splish splash. I probably should have remembered what direction he went in the hypnosis session. Part of the cave is blocked by a cave-in. It's throwing me off because the there's no quick prompt to skip past the animation walking towards the doorway. You have to just click and wait to get there. Oh ho, I hear the music. These are human remains. The flesh is gone, but the bones look undisturbed. How long have they lain here? Why on earth did Professor Wright not alert the authorities? I must press on. What possible research could have led to this? Maybe the kind he talked about earlier? Sounds like it's coming from the left. Oh, that looks like a railway. Or a bridge, maybe? Oh. Uh-oh. I disturbed them. Hello? Well, there's where the sound was feeding through. Grand piano placed in the middle of the room. I don't like how quiet it is. I don't like that noise. Is that a crow? I don't know where I'm going. That's a dead end. Yeah, I think my coping mechanism for the anxiety has just been to start doing ooh speech. Just every time I'm like, hello? Here's another room with sound being fed through. I'm really not liking this sound. Sound like that was coming from this way? Here we go. What is this place? Strange machine. It does not seem to be working anymore. There's a note on the floor. Who was gone will be back, but not the same, but somehow changed. Because that which lurks beyond the door waits, and no one that has crossed through can hope to escape its blessing. Well, R.I.P. Jeremiah. I must tell Kaufman about all this. You know, when he's conscious. These clothes are torn down to unrecognizable shreds. There's a tag here with 2 initials, H.A. There's a large archway carved of stone wall on the gate of the cave. On the stone wall. Blah, blah. I can't talk. You guys can read. I'm guessing there's going to be a thing. I hope they don't expect me to go back to backtrack through the caves. I'm guessing there's going to be a thing. That's a thing. What was that? Oh, here we go. Part of the wall of stone seems to have dislodged from it, leaving behind a large dark hole. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, that got me. The adventure continues in episode 3. Okay, I'm gonna check something really quick. I think it's 4 chapters each. Three, 4. Yeah, okay. So, episode 2 was really long. So, do we want to do episode 3 now and then do 4 next week? Or do we want to do both next week? Because I don't know how long they're getting from here. And it's gone about 4 hours now. Part of me kind of wants to... Like, I don't know, that feels like a good cliffhanger. Yeah, let's call it in there. Just... I wanted to get to other games this month, but if this just turns into, like, Last Door is the stream of the month, we'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. We'll do it live.